Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. This is going to be a what's been spinning video, just stuff that I've been spinning over the past week or two. Just kind of kicked it off to the side till I had it, before I put it away, just so I could kind of share it with you. So of course, what's been spinning is always the albums that I sat down and listened to from front to back, not the albums I've been spinning over the past couple weeks where I just play a song or two here or there. So this is what I've spun from front to back. We'll start off here a little Misfits. Very cool album. I'm sure you guys kind of know that. Favorite song off here is probably Last Caress. But yeah, I mean, Misfits, plain and simple. I haven't spun that one in a while, so that was kind of good. Four Non-Blondes. Sorry, trying to work the glare out of there. Maybe I'll step back some. Four Non-Blondes. This is their, I always get the words backwards. Bigger, Better, Faster, More. This is their release from 1992. A lot of great stuff on here. You know, songs like Spaceman, Train, Superfly. I mean, really, really great stuff. And of course, the gigantic hit, What's Up. Just a solid album that really represents that time well from 92. So that's always a great spin. It's like every time I go back to spin that album, it's almost like I'm kind of discovering again for the first time, like, oh, I didn't remember it was that good for the 19th time. Next year, one of my kind of go-to Ramone albums, Bad Brains. I kind of love this phase of the Ramones. Maybe they were a little more, not poppy, but a little more melody friendly than they were in some of their earlier stuff and things like that. But I just think they did it so well. And, you know, kind of the big hit off of this, of course, was Pet Sematary, which was the theme song from the movie. But yeah, I love this album. It's probably the one I spin the most by the Ramones. So really, really good stuff there. Be curious how many are familiar with this, which is Europe, War of Kings. One of their later albums. This is from, 2015. And yeah, definitely a cool one to kind of check out. You know, it's not as Final Countdown and that type of stuff. A little more rocky and that type of thing. But yeah, definitely check it out. Really cool album that I'm not sure if I heard anyone kind of mention here in the VC, or at least video that I saw. So I'm sure a ton of people in here know that album and love it. Next year, probably my favorite album by this band, which is Stryper. This is In God We Trust from 1988. My introduction to Stryper back in the day, and it was mainly through the video Always There For You. That's how I first discovered Stryper, and of course my favorite song off this album, my favorite song by them. And you know, In God We Trust, another great song. The Rain, just some really, really cool stuff on there. But yeah, just one of the classic hair bands from back in the day. So that was definitely a good spin. And a very cool piece from my boy Aaron Mutha Alamere. I'm sure you guys know him by now in the VC. If you don't, you definitely need to get over to his channel and subscribe. Aaron Mutha, M-U-T-H-A, Alamere. Just in my mind, one of the premier minds of hard rock and metal and all of that stuff here in the VC. The guy just knows so much. And in light of all of that, his favorite band is Clutch. And so he sent me this as VCLT a while ago, Psychic Warfare. So I listened to it, of course, when I got it. And I just kind of went back and spun it again the other day. And I guess I'm starting to get into Clutch a little more now. Last time I was at his house a few weeks ago, I went out and visited him. And he played a live DVD for me of some clips of Clutch. And it was just kind of cool with actually like seeing the band perform. You know, you kind of get a feel for just kind of their delivery, the back and forth energy with the crowd, all of that. It actually has kind of taken their music to a new height for me. It's kind of cool. I connected with something a little bit deeper with them by seeing that DVD. So Aaron, you drug me in even more to your favorite, man. So I appreciate it. And thanks again for the VCLT. Next here, LL Cool J, All World. Awesome 2 LP, basically a greatest hits. This came out in 1996. And everything on here from I Can't Live Without My Radio, Rock the Bells, I'm Bad, I Need Love, Going Back to Cali, Jiggling Baby, Big Old Butt, Around the Way Girl, Booming System, just I Need a Beat, just on and on and on. A bunch of other stuff as well. So really awesome 2 LP set, and that was a fun spin just to kind of go back to the old school and give that a spin. And my boy, I actually spun this at the shop the other day when I was working, but Neil Diamond, the jazz singer, man, this is an album that just never gets old for me. It basically just plays like a Neil Diamond's greatest hits. But of course, you remember the movie The Jazz Singer. I remember it so well because it seemed like when I was in junior high, right around there, if I stayed home from school sick, this movie was going to be coming on cable, and it seemed like every single time. And I didn't know anything about the movie or the plot or anything like that. All I knew is when I caught it, I'm gonna sit there and wait till the very end when he sings America. Like that, I had to see that. And of course, I never knew where the end was because I didn't really know the movie. But yeah, just fantastic stuff on here. Love on the Rocks, Hello Again, America, what else? Hey Louise, You Baby. I mean, Summer Love, just a bunch of awesome stuff from that movie. Love this album. Absolutely love it. Neil's my boy. A little What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. Pulled that out of the Marvin Gaye box set the other day. Again, just kind of a classic album, and just kind of thought to myself, hadn't heard that in a while, so gave it a spin. And of course, you guys know that one very well. Accept, Blood of Nations. Arguably my favorite Accept album. And this is the one that came out in 2010. But this was just kind of a fantastic look back into just kind of old school, hard rockish metal. So when it first came out, I was just like, oh my goodness, Accept is back, and they're back strong. Fantastic album. Like I said, it was old school kind of bar chord riffs and or power chord riffs and that type of thing. And yeah, songs like Teutonic Terror and Shades of Death and stuff. I mean, just fantastic, fantastic album. Excuse me. So if you're not familiar with that one, make sure you check it out. And then little Norah Jones. Again, just another awesome spin, an album I hadn't spun in a while. And just one of those ones that just kind of refreshes. Man, it's just one of those beautiful albums to sit back and listen to, just sonically beautiful. This, of course, has come away with me from 2004. So fantastic spin there, great to revisit. And in true Mr. Hall of Fame fashion, we go from Norah Jones to Testament, the New Order. Same thing when my buddy Tim was over a little while ago. We actually spun this, and we were talking about Testament albums, and I think he said Practice What You Preach. I think that was his favorite, and I said I think New Order is mine. So we decided to just kind of give him a spin, and man, this freaking album just like, it just kicks your butt from opening to close. So still definitely my favorite Testament album there. Beautiful OG pressing from 1988, fantastic piece. Highway Robbery, another one I hadn't spun in quite some time, and Tim and I sat down and kind of listened to this as well. Just, I mean, a cool, just not old fashioned, just a great classic rock album that just has a lot of different mixtures of stuff in, like some stuff that sounds kind of sweet, not sweet as in like sweet, but like the band Sweet or Slade. Some stuff that's definitely a little bit heavier, thicker classic rock. There's like one or two tracks on here where he and I actually both said, yeah, that kind of sounds like Styx. I mean, just a nice mixture of all of those classic rock elements. But definitely check that album out if you have not heard it before. So worth the listen. And that's from 1972. Another classic here, talking about classic here in the VC, Leather Duchess, Gunslinger, another fantastic kind of up-and-coming band. This was their release from 2001. Again, just that fantastic, I guess maybe kind of Guns N' Roses-ish type of kind of hard rock thing. But yeah, really, really awesome album there. So that was a good revisit. Scorpions, Love at First Sting. Another fun spin. Just kind of going back to the old school here. And of course here, you have Rock You Like a Hurricane and Big City Nights. And again, kind of the first songs / videos that brought me to Scorpions. What was Big City Nights and Rock You Like a Hurricane. So really cool one there. Fine Young Cannibals, The Raw and the Cooked. I was kind of going through it and pulling out some stuff I just had not spun in a while. Fun album, again, kind of takes you back to the 80s with stuff like She Drives Me Crazy. Good Thing was also a big hit off of this back in the day. It's probably the one song I really hate off of this album. I can't stand that song, Good Thing. But yeah, just again, another interesting album, interesting group from back in the 80s. I think this came out in 87 to be exact. And A Little Lanois by Neil Young. Another fantastic one. Maybe somewhat of an overlooked album in his catalog. This is from 2010. This album sounds exactly like the cover looks. Just kind of Neil and a guitar, big, heavy, distorted guitar, of kind of fuzz. If I remember correctly, someone said sometime, I think he did something kind of different with the pickups, so it almost sounds like there's more than one guitar. And yeah, it's just like a big wall of sound. I almost describe it like a water being poured over you is kind of what it sounds like a big bucket of water just being slowly poured over your head is what it sounds like. But that may sound weird, but if you haven't heard it, listen to it and tell me if that kind of matches up with what you hear from it. Cool song to check out on here would probably be the opening track, Walk With Me, is what I would recommend if you have not heard that. So great one there. Little Rick Springfield, another great one here, Working Class Dog. And of course on here you have Jesse's Girl, gigantic hit off of that album. So that was another fun spin. Sons of Anarchy. This is the soundtrack from the TV show, seasons 1 through 4. Really, really great stuff on here. A lot of remakes of old classic songs like John the Revelator, Forever Young, Son of a Preacher Man, Fortunate Son, Gimme Shelter, Hey Hey My. Again, all classic songs that we know, but all done and covered by different artists, and more of kind of a almost bluesy kind of way, but it was kind of redone to fit the show, and just some really, really cool stuff on here. And I love that cover of Hey Hey My, just really, really awesome. But yeah, not as easy an album to get anymore. I remember when it first came out and I really wanted it, and it was like $34.99 or $35.99, and I was like, I'm not paying that much for that. I found a used CD for $5. So I had the CD for quite some time, and then Half Price Books had this on sale one day where it was marked down, and then it was another 50% off or something like that. So it was like $14 or something. And I was like, heck yeah, 2OP. I'll give it for $14 or $15, something like that. But I mean, today, like to find this album, I mean, it easily goes for $275, $300. Like it just shot up overnight, which is pretty insane. But last but not least, little AC/DC Rock or Bust. Like a few weeks ago, I did a video showing my AC/DC box set, and it just made me think, pull out some AC/DC stuff I hadn't heard in a while. And so I decided to pull out Rock or Bust, because I had not spun this in quite some time, probably like way back when I first got it. And this came out in 2014. But it was really awesome though, because it was kind of like, wow, like why did I sleep on this? I mean, it is fantastic AC/DC. I mean, it really is. So if for some reason this one's kind of faded out of your catalog of AC/DC stuff to spin, go back and give it a revisit, because it's just fantastic. Really, really good stuff. So outside of any CDs that I played, that's what I've been spinning for the past couple weeks. So yeah, VC, as always, let me know what you think, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.